Hello, everyone. I'm Steve. Mark's working late tonight, and this is Smokey Steve and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back. And happy Thursday. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everybody is safe. Look after yourselves. Ongoing these interesting times we live in. I have my papers taped to the fridge because I got both my shots like a good dog. So I hope everyone is doing okay. It is Thursday. It is a disgusting Thursday, by the way, here because it has been raining all day long. All day long. I had to do a training this morning for work, and it was done via Zoom, and I was the one presenting, and our internet is sketchy, and the weather was bad, but everything turned out okay. So, there's your story time. Thank you for watching. uh, story time today. A little offbeat, but hopefully you'll meet me halfway. Now, we've said before, Mark and I are very similar in many ways, but we also are kind of opposites. We have very niche interests. One of the things I didn't know about Mark when I met him was that he was very interested in like miniatures, like the villages that he puts up at like Christmas and Halloween and stuff like that. I knew he liked to decorate, but I didn't know that he was interested in that, like, and trains and model trains and things. It's one of those things that came out 5 years into the relationship because we never officially had the "Are you into model trains?" talk. Uh, it was a few years into the relationship before he realized I had an affinity for infomercials, specifically food-related infomercials, but infomercials in general. Um, Not only would I watch them on television, there is a plethora of infomercials on YouTube. There are so many for every product imaginable, and they go back, I'm going to say late 80s is as far back as I could find some. Um, and I watch them all the time. Our nighttime routine, generally, is Mark and I watch a show or some like bloopers or something. He gets out of the shower, we chit chat, we watch TV. Then I start to get our food together for the evening. And I usually get done first, and then Mark makes his, and I lay down, and I watch 20 to 30 minutes of infomercials. Piece of this, piece of that. Um, and it helps me wind down for the day. It helps me relax for the day. And there's a few different reasons I have an affinity for them. One, they are very nostalgic for me. I was a fat child, okay, and I wasn't super athletic. And my brother and sister, my mother worked like graveyard over the weekends, so she was home more or less during the week. By the time I got a little older, her hours had changed and her job had changed. So I was a little bit more of a latchkey kid. Like my brother was home a lot, and my sister was always involved in all sorts of other stuff. So I'd be kind of like by myself. And on the weekends it'd be like that too. So these infomercials would run in the background, or they would run after the 12 o'clock news, and I'd be homesick from school feigning great illness. I was just too anxious to go, and I'd watch infomercials, and they were, I can't believe amazing discoveries. No, it can't be true. You put this chemical on something and wipe it off, and all the varnish comes off, and it's amazed people in the audiences with their big fake smiles. I just found it fascinating. The fakeness of it to me was so fascinating. And I was born in 1982, so I would have been, between 8 and 12 years old when I was watching these. And those are the ones that I've been able to find. Particularly, of course, I love Miss Kathy Mitchell. Now, you may know Miss Kathy Mitchell from the Dump uh, Cakes, Dump Dinners series. There's a dump for everything at this point. If you look up Kathy Mitchell, there will be a long playlist of things that she has done. There is a shorter list for one Miss Susan Powder. This was a gift. It was a lovely gift. She, as you can see, has life's been hard since Stop the Insanity. Uh, but even still, going back and watching Susan Powder is fun. And not just the infomercial is interesting to me. It's the video cassettes that would come with the infomercial that advertised the product. That said, like, shopping with Susan, and it's Susan Powder running through a supermarket like a cracked out cat, shoving everything fat free into a cart. It's the one with Kathy Mitchell where she's like, I'm not measuring stuff because that's how I roll. But she's like so super like redheaded grandma in the infomercial. So it feels like behind the scenes stuff. So they're nostalgic. They bring me back to a time and place. By the time I was like 10, that was like the end of my childhood. From 11 on, I was just an anxious blob mess, of disjointed, not very well. So just prior to that, the memories are very sweet. Like I said, the TV was a good companion. It kept me company, and I was always trying to get my parents to get me infomercial products for Christmas. And they would get not the one usually in the infomercial, but like a department store version of it, something similar, very similar. We had a juicer, I brought it up, a food dehydrator, a stovetop grill. What else? I last Christmas I got one of those copper chef pans, a Dutch oven with the stay cool handles. Uh, I was always bothering them to get stuff. I don't know why. I just thought they were fun. I thought they were nifty. I thought they were, Ron Popeil, the pocket fisherman and the spray on hair, which I thought about, and they still sell. They make it in powders, as we know. One Miss Foodie Beauty makes use of it, and they're somewhat convincing. Somewhat convincing. So they're nostalgic. I also watch them, and this is probably the bigger reason why I would watch them. They're very predictable. Someone had mentioned this in a comment one time, and I did a little reflecting and thinking and research about it, and it's right. I always wondered why my mother watched Nick at Night before bed. My mother's a grown woman. My father would sit down there and watch the news and then maybe sports. God bless him, he has no one to talk to about it because my mother doesn't know what's going on, and my brother and I couldn't care less. So he'll watch stuff like that, and then my mother would watch like Nick at Night, like Mary Tyler, like when Nick at Night was older, when it was actually old shows. Now they show shows that I remember being new, but safe stuff in the evening. And I found as I got older, and as my mental health kind of changed a little bit, I would watch infomercials before bed because there's no plot. Nobody gets disappointed unless somebody burns something and they make the wah wah kind of noise in the background. They're predictable. There's no villains. It's always a happy ending. They're very non-threatening. They're very non-activating to me. They don't kick anything off in any sort of way. Uh, and I need that. That's why I watch it right before bed. And then Mark will put something on like Friday the 13th and it undoes everything. But more often than not, we're watching like Sherlock Holmes or Thriller or Behind the Veil or something like that before bed. But they've just always been something I liked. I watch the products. I look for reviews of the products. One of my favorites is Michael Jevons. He's out of England, I think. UK, something. And he especially reviews Kathy Mitchell, but he reviews all sorts of different products. He's very funny. He gets his hands on products that have been discontinued and he tries them. I search all over creation for products that don't exist anymore, and I can't find them. I was on Amazon looking for a sandwich press, and it was like for new and not like not used at all. It was like $80. In the infomercial, it was 40. But so this is a little more brief of a video. This is a little bit shorter of a video. I'm trying to condense some story times down to something a little more accessible, so you can listen in, sit in, but not have to, be taking up too much of your time. So, bottom line is, I just love them. I will continue to love them. And because I'm also a foodie / recovering eating disordered person, the primary infomercials I like are food related, which of course means I see Kathy all the time. Everything from, okay, what was her first one? Okay, here's my geek showing. She did the Snack Master, which was like a sandwich press. I think in Britain they call them cheese toasties, or maybe they do here too. Because you don't need butter on the bread. You just put bread, cheese, and it cuts it into like shapes like this. You get 4 of them, like turnovers. She did that, and then there was Micro Crisp. You wrap the stuff around your food and you microwave it, and it comes out brown. It's kind of like a whole roll of the material that you put Hot Pockets into. So she did that. And then there was the turbo cooker, where this dude like patented deglazing. I don't know how you can even do that, but he did. And it had this thing that looked like a wok, and it was a stupid product. Oh god. And then she did the turbo cooker plus after that, and then she just went ape shit, and she was like doing everything. So I've been following her career. I would love to meet Kathy Mitchell before you know, she's older now. I think she's in her 70s. I don't know if she works as much. She was on the Steve Harvey show, and that's been watched a lot. She was doing dump cakes on the Steve Harvey show. A lot of stuff gets funny on the Steve Harvey show. I remember when Annie Fee was on there. So so that's my affinity, and that's my obsession with it. Uh, it doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't bother anybody except Mark because he gets sick of watching the same ones over and over. Obviously, there's a finite amount of these, so I only watch the same few over and over again. There's newer ones that are fine, I guess. The Copper Chef series is okay. The Titan Pans are fine. The Ninja Foodie people are kind of flaky. Adam Gertler is not a very good host. I mean, he lost on Food Network, and he still looks nervous when he's on camera. So we'll see what the direction of infomercials go. Uh, I would love to be in the audience of one day too. Just, you know, I'm quirky. Let me live. So, well, thank y'all for listening to my story. Thank y'all for coming on a Thursday. I hope the weather's better where you are than it is here. I think for some of you on the eastern part of the U.S., it is absolutely not, and in other places too. But try to make it a good Thursday, okay? So thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell on your way out so you get the alerts when we have new videos and also when we go live, and hit the thumbs up. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Twitter at SmokeySteveA. Our email address and our contact information is all listed below as well. Thank you again, and we will catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye.